What's going on, everybody? It's Carl here at Carl's Corner. So today I have one of those surprises I was talking to you guys about. It's one of my friends. He's here to give you guys some tips and advice about some way to make other ways of passive income. Alright, we got cameras, boom, boom.
Oh my god, Mr. Ocean State?
I'm here with my guest. My guest, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sir, what up, everybody? First and foremost, thank you to Carl, thank you Doc, thank you Neat, Locomotive, shout out Locomotive for having me here today. For those of you at home watching this and don't know me, my name's Edwin. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. I am a Forex day trader.
Forex day trader.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Word. So that's what we're gonna get into today, and that's what we're gonna learn about. We're about to talk about stocks real quick, see what we got into. I got into my journey. Edwin, when did you get into your journey?
I got into mine back in like March, late February of 2020. Yep.
Alright, so we both started around the same time because I started in June 2020. So, bam. So Edwin, in your journey, what did you start out with? When you first deposited, what did you start out with?
So when I first got started, I didn't really have much to my name, but I started out with a little $500 investment, put that in my little Robinhood account. And
so you started off with 500.
Yeah, I started with 500.
I only started off with 20, so you had a big head start.
I definitely was feeling both. The $500 account, the first stock I purchased was actually Apple. That was because it was like what, $200, $215 a share at the time when I bought in.
And this was before the split.
Yeah, this was before the split.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay.
And then with that, I saw a little bit of success, and I was like, okay, I think I'm onto something here. So from there, it kind of just took off.
Alright. So when I invested, I started off with my free stock of Vivint Solar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vivint Solar. Vivint. They merged into Sunrun.
Yep.
So I actually sold it without knowing Sunrun was gonna take that run, because they ended up going from $20 to $60. So either way, that was the start of my journey, and this is the start of Edwin's journey. But Edwin actually took a dip and he switched off from stocks to Forex, right? Yep. Forex. So we're gonna have Edwin talk a little bit about Forex right now and see what he dabbles in today. And I'm gonna actually learn today about Forex because I have no clue about it. So, Edwin.
Yeah, so like I said, I started off with stocks. When I started off, it honestly just started out as like, a little hobby on the side. I was like, I just want to learn the lingo, figure out how to trade, see what it is that people have been doing. That's, because I used to see people all the time just talking at work. My old job talking about, my Apple stock did this and that. My blue chip stock did that and the third and whatnot. And I started off with stocks, but I quickly realized that that's more of a long-term investment goal that you're doing with stock trading.
Okay, so what is Forex then?
So Forex, to transition into that topic, Forex is just short for the foreign exchange market. And what the foreign exchange market is the market where all currencies across the globe are traded against each other. So for example, a lot of y'all might have already participated in the Forex market without even realizing it, but when you go to another country and you have to exchange your US dollars to that country's currency in order to pay for the goods there, right?
Okay, so
whatever country it is you go to, you exchange your US dollars for that country's currency, right? Now, let's say you started off, you flew out to Mexico with $100, right? You traded it for the currency out there. Let's say you didn't spend a single one of those pesos that you got. Yep. And then you came back home to the US and you went to exchange those pesos back to American dollars, right? Now, there's a chance that either your American dollars have gone up in value or have gone down in value. And that's essentially what the Forex market is.
Okay. So, but this is electronically though. You don't have any physical money.
No, you can do it physically. Like if you ever go to the airport, you'll see like there's a what do they call it?
I think I've
it's
seen
like it's like foreign exchange. It's a foreign exchange kiosk. You can go up there, manually, just go in person, hand off some cash. They'll give you the difference. But nowadays, it's with the internet, man. It's crazy the amount of things you can do. Now you're able, regular ass people like me and you, we're able to trade on the forex market.
What do you use to trade on forex?
What do I usually trade?
Yeah, because you can't trade forex on Robinhood, obviously.
Oh no. So I use MetaTrader 4. That's the name of the app that I use to trade forex.
4,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it lets you MetaTrader 4 lets you trade currencies, cryptocurrencies. It lets you trade indices like the US 30, NAS 100, things like that.
Okay.
So it gives you a little bit more variety than an app like Robinhood does, because Robinhood really just focuses mostly on stocks.
Stocks and like 3-4 crypto.
Yeah, tops.
Like Robinhood's for beginners, obviously. So
Or-
if somebody was to start out into forex, what would be good advice? What are 2-3 tips? What would you advise people?
Man, I'm full of them, but I think the most important tip that I could give to anybody is focus on learning the skill. Like, people get into this thinking that, yo, I'm gonna blow up and be a millionaire by next week or by tomorrow night. And the biggest point that I want to drill into people's heads is like, yeah, that's possible. I mean, like, in life, there's a lot of things that's possible, but what's the likelihood of that happening? Very, 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 very slim, right?
Yeah, it's like people thinking about stocks as a quick flip. It's not.
It's not. at
Sometimes
all.
it can be, but that's like
Sometimes.
you lucky.
Sometimes
or
you can win the lottery.
Yeah, or you've done your due diligence enough where the fact that you know it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
But you're just a master at that shit. But at the end of the day, like it's a guess and win. It's gambling. It's educated.
In a sense, it's educated gambling, exactly. And this is a point that I like to bring up to people who tell me it is gambling. What's the difference between a good gambler, a successful gambler, and a bad gambler?
The one that don't know how to stop.
Boom, right there. A good gambler knows when to cut his losses. A good gambler knows when to quit when he's ahead. The bad gamblers, they go ahead and just keep throwing the bag, risk the whole bag, hoping to make a come up. And then by the time they realize, they just lost everything that they gained.
You sit at the table, somebody just won 20 grand. You're like, dang, you should be happy about that. No, you know how much
Nah, I
money
could have
they
won
spent to get-
50.
You know
Yeah.
how much money they spent to get that 20 grand
Yeah.
back?
It's true. It's true.
People mad as hell walking out with 20 grand. Like,
And-
I'll take it from you.
And you know what? That's completely natural to feel that way. I mean, that's just human nature. You know, we're humans. Naturally we just want more. Abundance is like our biggest vice. Like, that's our biggest addiction. We want more of everything, more money, more this, more wealth, more like all that stuff, right? And at the end of the day, it's like you can't rush the process. You cannot rush through this, because
Patience is
I
key.
promise you, if you try to force the market to go your way, you're gonna take your lumps. You're gonna take several L's. And that's the best way to learn, really, is just failing. But you don't gotta lose $500 or $1,000 in order to learn. There's ways that you can create an account, like, for example, on MetaTrader 4, you can create a demo account. Off of that demo account, you're playing with just, like little paper money. Exactly. You're playing with Monopoly money at that point, basically, and you're still able to take real live trades.
That's basically a way to learn.
Exactly. That's a good way to learn. Take your L's without actually, feeling it in your pockets.
That's great advice.
Yeah, man. I'm full of them.
I
There's
might
a lot
dabble
of
with
them.
forex when I get a little bit more bread, but right now.
So that's a common misconception people also think of as well. They think that you need a lot of capital to get started, and I mean, back in the day that was the case, but the difference between forex and stocks, there's a whole list of them, but primarily with stocks, you're buying shares of a company for X amount of dollars. If Apple costs $215, it's $215 to get it, right? And if it goes up or if it goes down, you're losing or you're winning. But with Forex, you have the power of leverage on your side. So with a $500 account, you have the ability to control a huge amount of money. With $500, you can turn that $500 into $10,000. You can turn that into $100,000. But it all comes down to the discipline. It all comes down to taking the time to educate yourself, trusting the process, not forcing trades, just taking your time with it. Like I said, a lot of people just want to rush into it, make $100,000 in the first year, and it's like, you know what? It don't work like that.
I'm not even trying to make that in my stocks. I'm even trying to make 10 grand.
That's what I'm saying, right? You gotta start humble first, and then work your way up once you got the skill down.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for my man Edwin.
Yes, sir.
That's another way to make some passive income I brought to y'all today. I appreciate him coming today for
Yes,
us.
sir.
Edwin, question though.
Yes.
Have you watched my videos?
I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh. Okay, so from the sky, we have got you a shirt. We have got you a shirt, my friend.
Damn, y'all ain't have to do
Just-
all that.
Just because you watched the videos. Just because you watched it. Okay, so Edwin got his own Stash Over Flash
Stash
shirt.
over flash. Y'all see this right here?
You stashing and not flash shit?
Stashing and flash. Nah, never flashing. I don't need a flash.
Facts.
I don't need a flash. I don't need validation. I don't need none
That's
of
why
that.
we open up our
It's all
brokerage
good.
accounts.
Shout out Locomotive for the fresh ass shirt. Yo, this shit is fire, bro.
I done been through some real shit. They say you get.
All the sights on me, bad bitch, new weed, blue cheese on me, doing shows for a fee, smoking gas, that street, don't fall in love, I'm a G, I've been ballin' all week, I've been ballin' all week, I'ma give me some money today, 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 I'ma give me some money today. New day to get paid. I just wanna do my thing. VVS is in my chain. Bust down on the way. Don't come around, you don't know me. Had to get it on my lonely. Had to hit a few licks. Had to fuck up on your bitch. All designer on me. Said she fucking with my steez. Bad bitch from Belize. Told that hoe to follow me. Said she don't think I'm the man. Told that let hoe to believe. I just fucked up a whole chick. I want the net, not the sex. Young nigga living so marvelous. New bitch a freak, she a swallower. Start a new wave and they follow us. She wore all the face, she buy followers. I cannot gas up no hole. I'm busting them down on the road. Tell her stop calling my phone. Tell the hoe leave me alone. All the sights on me. Bad bitch, new weed. Blue cheese on me.